Barbados, get up.
Good morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Indeed, good morning to you one and all. Welcome to a most thankful Thursday today, Thursday the 27th of August 2026, and I'm Pearson Bowen. I hope that you had a wonderful night's rest and you're looking forward to making the most of today. All that you have is now, literally now, and so use your now to make a difference, to make a meaningful difference to someone as well. Remember the two greatest commandments of all: love the Lord and love your neighbors as you love yourself. Do them and you are doing well indeed. So make the most of today, Thursday. Terrific Thursday, everybody. Welcome to those of you watching us on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cbc.bb. It is always wonderful knowing you're there. I ask you every day to do a couple things and you're obedient to the call. Share the show, share the love. Let's build community of like-minded people who just enjoy sharing of information and inspiration. And so thank you for doing that as well. And of course, if you know of someone who has a story to tell or a story that you believe needs to be told by us, that you found, then tell us all the details by email. The email address is on your screen. Look at it, learn it, note it, and don't ever forget it. It's morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And we thank you because a number of you do engage with us via email and we follow through. And we thank you for being a partner with what we do every weekday morning indeed. It's the 27th of August. It's the last day of the season of emancipation. It is Jackie Opel Day. Jackie Opel Day is today, a day when we as a grateful people pause to remember this little dynamo of a man, short in stature but profound in his contribution to music and the development of India arts industry here. And so there's going to be this morning a symposium. It starts at 9:30 in the 3Ws Pavilion at the KFL campus, and that symposium looks at the work and times of Jackie Opel. It's a whole day. So you don't have to spend the whole day. If you do have the time, it'll be great for you to spend the whole day. But if you don't, you can go and absorb as much as you want, because one of the first sessions they're having today takes a look at remembering Jackie Opel on stage. On stage, we're looking at his sound archive and the different music genres which he has been able to inspire. But you need to reserve your space by looking right there. You see it says RSVP here. That address, bit.ly/Jackie Opel. That's where you go to confirm your spot. I'm not sure if they're still taking registrations at this time because they needed to plan for the lunch. But nevertheless, 9:30 to 4 o'clock this afternoon, you can be in the 3Ws Pavilion at the KFL campus to be a part of the Jackie Opel Symposium, 57 years on since his passing indeed. And so that's an opportunity for you today indeed to be a part of it all. Today is Thursday. Today is also Q in the Community activity, and that Q in the Community initiative today will be at the Garfield Sobers Sports Complex, all hosted by the National Seniors Games, the Ministry of People Empowerment and Elder Affairs, lighting the way in the season of Seniors Games activity indeed as we move into September, Seniors Month. So there's a lot happening this morning, so you show up for 11 o'clock and you spend the entire day while there. They tell me there are going to be all sorts of sporting endeavors with which you can engage as well. And while you're there, try your hand at archery, road tennis and all the like, but dominoes, dancing, karaoke, the usual sphere to engage with at Q in the Community. It's happening today. Bus from gate number 1 at the Granville Williams Terminal to the Garfield Sobers Gymnasium today for today's edition of Q in the Community. So show up, everybody. Also continue for the rest of the week. As a matter of fact, on the 29th, that's a couple days from now, is the BAMSAC 5K walk and run. That's on the Mighty Griner Highway starting at 6 o'clock. Then on the 30th, they're having that big surfing picnic and hike at Bathsheba. And so you're encouraged to come and be a part of that as well. What else is happening really soon? On this weekend as well, the Barbados Police Service is inviting you to their barbecue, lime and karaoke. It's a fundraising initiative as they get ready to host a children's Christmas party. And so this lime and karaoke with barbecue will start at 4 in the afternoon until 11 in the evening with mouth-watering barbecue, karaoke all evening, music and entertainment, drinks on sale, special guest appearances, great food, music and vibes. But you need to get a ticket. A ticket is just $25. Bring your crew, bring your energy. You can go to the police headquarters there in the corner of Roebuck Street. You know exactly where it is. Or you can call and get your ticket and come. They promise you it is going to be unforgettable indeed. But also with us here at Mornin Barbados, we're running our back to school promotion, which reminds you that when we ring that bell, when you hear the school bell ring, it is your call to action. They interrupted me already. Here comes that bell. The bell is ringing, Barbados. The bell is ringing. This is your turn to call me right now to be a winner. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Call me right now. Call me. Be one of those obedient students who respond to the urgency of the school bell to get into class. And let's see how you get to be a winner with us indeed. When you call, I'm not asking you anything else other than a simple engagement, and immediately you are a winner. Someone from a marketing department will call you and make arrangement for you to collect your winnings. So call me now, 228-5562 or 228-5563. Let's see if we can make a winner of you bright and early this Thursday morning. The school bell has rung. Come to class, everybody. Come to class. 228, come to class. 228-5562 or 228-5563. I'm one of those teachers. Yes, I am one of those teachers. Class has started, and if you miss it, you miss it. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Call me right now. Let's see whether or not you are a winner bright and early in the morning. I know it's a lot early for you, so your mind is probably not ticking quite the way you want it to, but the bell has been rung. The classroom door is open, and we're waiting for you to come in. If you're outside busy eating lunch for breakfast, you know there's a chastisement that will follow there, right? So come. I'm not doing math, I'm not doing English, I'm not even doing French, even though I'm tempted to. But I'm waiting on your call. 228-5562 or 228-5563. The bell has been rung. Here we got a call. Good morning. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, how are you?
A little stuffy.
You're a little stuffy?
Yeah.
So, do you have a nose brush?
No.
You want to laugh. Just take your brush and brush that dust out, girl. So what, is it you're challenged by the Sahara dust or something, or are you having another moment? What is going on?
The dust.
You sure it's the dust?
Yeah.
There are other things in the atmosphere here? All right. Good. Did you hear the bell ring?
I barely heard it.
You barely heard it. So you are not quite yet prepared for school.
No.
All right. Do you have any little ones? Hello, she's gone. No. I missed the opportunity. Mom, call that fast. Call that fast. Oh, no. I'll tell you, however, while I wait on her to return, coming up this morning, there's an opportunity to discover a little bit more about George Washington's Barbados story. We'll tell you where the opportunity is going to be, when it will be, and why you should be there to hear a little bit more about the shared history between Barbados and the United States of America through the visit to Barbados by George Washington. Also, the financial literacy program says, come let us help you make a dollar. There are a series of financial workshops. We'll tell you about those financial workshops indeed a little bit more in the morning, this morning. St. Stephen's Anglican Church is marking 190 years of service toward the community. And so there are a number of activities they have planned, including something this weekend. And so they will join us in just a moment to share with you what those activities are and why you should show up. Also today, we'll be telling you about Export to Canada Day. Export to Canada in a day. Is that possible? And for who is this initiative for? We will share with you about that as well today. The winners of this year's Marcus Garvey Entrepreneurship Competition will sit with us this morning. We want to celebrate with them their achievements as well. And our little swimmers are continuing to satisfy me, my little heart, because they've done so amazingly well at the recent Goodwill Swimming Championships in Trinidad and Tobago. And so we want this celebration to continue. And so in continuing, we'll have even more of our medalists sit with us this morning on Mornin Barbados. We'll take a break right here. We'll be coming back to get going in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV-Cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 12 minutes after 6 o'clock this Thursday morning. 190 days are not 190 minutes. 190 years are not 190 days. But it is significant in its achievement indeed. The St. Stephen's Anglican Church is marking a very significant milestone. And so there are a number of activities they're having. And we're happy to hear what, because we're happy to engage with. And we're joined this morning by one of the members of the anniversary committee in Maxine McLean. Good morning, Maxine. Good to see you again.
Thanks. Good to see you again, too. Happy to be here.
You remember our conversation about one God?
Yes. I still believe in one God.
Me too, me too. Also with her is Sonia Hall Hunt, who's also a member of the committee. Right. Maxine, let's start with you. What's going on? And let's start first, reflect first of all on the history of the church and its contribution.
Well, St. Stephen's Church, as you know, is one of the several Anglican churches in Barbados, and we are celebrating our 190th anniversary. The church would have been constructed around January 1836, and the church has an interesting history in Barbados, and of course we often hear about the negative because there was an association with the Anglican Church and slavery, which is part of our historical reality. But post-emancipation, the Anglican Church, like many other churches in Barbados, played a very pivotal role in developing education. A major part of that would have been construction of schools. So you would hear St. Stephen's, St. Mary's, St. John's Primary, St. Peter's, whatever. Yeah. Because
all
that
of the
was,
churches had a school.
And that was part of the work done by our first bishop, who actually, Bishop Coleridge, would have been part of the period before emancipation and the period after.
That's my school, Coleridge and Parry.
Interesting. And I will say a little bit more about that in a while, because that history, so we've had a history that was both positive and negative. And of course, post-emancipation, we would have seen, as I said, that contribution to social development with an emphasis on education. And post-independence, we saw the emergence of what I would call an indigenous clergy and head of the church, because as a child going to St. Stephen's, I remember Canon Basil Elliott. I can't remember a lot of what he said because I often was lost in his accent as a British priest. And then we would have seen, nationals become that, same with our bishops, etc. So we are part of a religious institution in Barbados, which, as we continue now, continues to make a very significant contribution to parishioners and to the public at large.
Yeah. As one of those little Bajan boys, we always look to St. Stephen's Church for the sermon, because so many important sermons came from the pulpit of St. Stephen's Anglican Church. And though I'm a Methodist, we still listened and cared about what was said from the pulpit. And so that's a lot to celebrate. The contributions from the pulpit, the contributions through the choir of St. Stephen's Anglican Church as well, because another choir with which to reckon. And so there's a lot that we want to celebrate indeed. So let's walk through some of the calendar of activities that are coming up. I know there's an emancipation lecture.
Yes, there's a lecture on Friday night, and it really focuses on the church as a community church, post-emancipation and going beyond. And what we really want to be able to hear from our distinguished presenters would be their contribution, their interpretation and understanding of what that contribution has been, what it continues to be, and what I believe it should be going forward. And maybe I should share information about the two presenters. The first is Dr. Frederick Allen. He is a former student of Coleridge and Parry.
Good man.
And, and what I realized in relation to that, because apart from being your alma mater, Coleridge and Parry, remember I mentioned the first bishop. The first bishop was Bishop Coleridge. The second bishop was Bishop Parry. And the school would have been named after them because post-emancipation, that was when those schools were constructed as a critical part. And so Dr. Allen, his PhD thesis is interesting. It's a comparative study of Barbadian migrations to British Guiana and Brazil. And he's actually written a publication called Millie Gone to Brazil, the Batsrock Murder and Trial, which should be interesting. I actually saw Dr. Allen on a program on CBC this week. And so he is in a position to share with us what his thoughts are. And accompanying him will be a very distinguished Anglican priest, retired, Canon Noel Titus. Dr. Titus is also a historian.
Yes.
And he's done significant work as a former lecturer of Codrington College. He was principal at Codrington College between 1983 and 2005. And he was an appointed professor of church history. So when we look at these persons together, based on Canon Titus's contribution to the Anglican Church, based on Dr. Allen's historic history, research in history and social history, etc. I think we have an excellent combination to help us to understand the role of St. Stephen as a community church.
The church was not just a place where we went to hear God's word alone, but you're right, it helped in the process of emancipation. And while for some historians you figured they could have done a bit more, they're doing a whole lot more still. And so we want still to be able to come and hear. That's tomorrow. The lecture is tomorrow. Tomorrow, Friday.
7 p.m.
7 o'clock.
At St. Stephen Church.
In the church. Right. It would be lovely to see the church packed for this one indeed. It really would be lovely if you're a student of history, if you're just curious about history and the work of the church and have a greater understanding of its role it's played throughout slavery and how they've sought to correct the record, you should show up. If you're just someone in the community who has benefited from the stewardship of the St. Stephen's Anglican Church, you should show up as well. It's a good time spent at 7 o'clock at St. Stephen's Anglican Church. And I know, Sonia, you say, well, you can talk to me. I'm talking to you now. So patience. There's some other activities that you're going up having to celebrate.
Yes, and I would like to thank you first for having us here. And I would like to point out more about our movie night, as that is the next event that we're looking to have. And that's slated to occur on the 25th of September, and that takes place in our car park at 6 p.m. Now, the movie is called Heaven is Real. Heaven is for real. And we want to encourage all persons in the community, all of our church friends and family to come out and enjoy this evening with us. We're going to have food on sale, food and drink on sale, and we're making a sterling effort to have the schools in the neighborhood or the community involved, because it is all about the community outreach. All of the funds that we earn, because it's just a nominal fee to come in. Children under 12 are free, $5 to come in for the adults, and those funds will be used for our community outreach. All of our outreach activities will be funded and supported by that.
I like that movie night, don't go too fast. I like that movie night.
Yes,
come
please.
with your blanket, your chairs, and everything. Is it by projection or screen?
Well, we're going to have a screen. We're going to have a screen up. I don't know all of the fine details on the technical setup, but we're going to have the screen there, and persons are invited to bring the chair, bring the blanket, and bring their loved ones. As you would have seen our flyer.
Get cozy.
Memories of the mobile cinema.
Exactly. That's what we want to be by projection.
That's what it's all about. So the experience is really geared up to be one that is enjoyable, fun, relaxing, and also we hope that the movie would be, inspirational for everyone.
Heaven is for real.
It really is. Yes. So We have our contact information is there. If anyone wants to get any more information on it, they can reach the church at 424-8435, or they can email us at martyr1836, the year of our dedication, at gmail.com. Martyr
Yes, Stephen was quite a
1836.
martyr.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
At
I
Gmail.
know the patrons say after whom you're named.
Oh, and I should add that we're going to have a jumping tent for the kids as well, but it's all about the movie. But
Yeah.
you know how kids love to move in it
Yeah,
and all that as well.
Correct. It's about the movie, it's about the fellowship, it's about the food, it's about the information and inspiration that will come through that movie as well. Heaven is for real, and it's on the 25th of September, a Friday evening again. So after work, come consume the movie, come consume the food, come consume the fellowship, and be inspired indeed. And this is just a snapshot into a number of the activities that you have planned for the rest of the year.
Yes, that's for sure.
And the other things that we are looking to have would be primarily items that we would have held before, but we're looking to do them bigger and better for this 190th anniversary. So we'll have a tea party coming up. We're going to have a cuckoo day. We're going to have our conky sale, cake sale, and our marquee event for this 190th anniversary will be our anniversary gala dinner and awards. And that is slated for January 9th. But we hope to be back so that we can give more information
for sure. The
on
invitation,
those events.
The invitation is open to you indeed to come back and talk a whole lot, because I get excited when I see the church active.
Yes.
I really get excited because it's a movement. It's a movement for change and development. So folks, tomorrow night,
the role of a community church such as St. Stephen's in the emancipation period and beyond. I look forward to seeing you there, 7 p.m. St. Stephen's Church. And for those who have been there in their youth or recently come and see the excellent work we're doing, not only to educate but also to refurbish and keep St. Stephen's that beacon on the hill.
Absolutely, absolutely. So open invitation to one and all indeed. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. Good to see you again.
You too.
Yes,
You too.
yes.
Maxine called me one. Pierre said there's a song I want you to play, and the song was "One God" by the famous.
Remind me, because you
Barbara Streisand.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yes,
that's
Barbara
right.
Streisand. And
one of
she
my
said,
favorite
"You don't
singers.
know it, but play it, and you will see." I have played it ever since.
So you know what? When you get a chance, tell somebody to play it for me early in the morning, tomorrow morning, because I listen from 5 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you indeed.
All right.
See, that's what it's about. Inspiration is found in every corner indeed. So Morning Barbados, it's a break right here. We're coming back with more in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 26 minutes after 6 o'clock now. Let's turn our attention for just a moment on that shared history between Barbados and the United States of America. I think all of us know George Washington House because all of us know now the visit to Barbados by George Washington and his brother. But let's help to get a greater understanding of that connection and in what ways either state, whether Barbados or the United States, have benefited from that visit and that connection indeed. We're joined this morning by Senior Fellow of the Bill of Rights Institute, that's a big title, in Tony Williams, and the Public Affairs Officer at the U.S. Embassy to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean is Bobby Adelson. Good morning to you, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Tony, welcome. First of all.
Thank you.
I'll start with you, Bobby, because the embassy has brought him here.
Yes.
And I know the work of the U.S. Embassy to Barbados and the region generally, but what's the significance of this visit?
Well, so we're celebrating 250 years of America's independence, and we have a theme called Freedom 250, and we feel like there's no better way of highlighting our shared history and our shared connection between the United States and the Caribbean than by highlighting our first president, George Washington, and one of the little-known facts about him that many Americans don't know, and that's the only place that he ever left the United States was to come here to Barbados. And so we thought, hey, let's bring an expert like Tony Williams out here to Barbados and teach that history and bridge those two things together. And so that's why we thought, let's bring Tony out.
So Tony, you're here.
Yes.
And so this evening, as a matter of fact, you're having something at the Barbados Museum. You're having a conversation with us. Let's talk about this shared history.
Yes.
The man, this little boy, young man at the time,
Yes.
who was born not into privilege necessarily, but through his brother's illness, accompanied him to Barbados. And he stayed in the property. I don't want to tell your story. So you tell me the story that you want to share.
As much as I do.
Okay, so when you engage with us this evening,
Yes.
what is it that you're exploring?
Yes, well, I am exploring, as Bobby said, the theme generally of Freedom 250 and the importance of our Declaration of Independence and its universal ideals of freedom and human equality and self-government. And these are not just for Americans, but for all people around the globe.
Right.
And so that'll be the general context of my comments and conversation with the audience. But I want to explore George Washington and his trip to Barbados and the significance of that, because it truly was quite significant, right? First of all, he interacted when he came here. As you said, he was only about 19 years old. And he came here with his brother who had tuberculosis, and they wanted a cure in the tropics, a beautiful place to come. And it had a significant impact upon this young man. First of all, he interacted with a lot of officials and traders and merchants and so forth, and he learned a lot about the Atlantic system of trade. He learned a lot about international diplomacy while he was here, as well as different cultures and interactions and different peoples and so forth, and that really shaped his understanding of the world for later on. He also tragically got smallpox while he was here. He contracted that disease, but he survived. And he learned about inoculation because it was being practiced here as well as in Britain. And he would inoculate his troops during the Revolutionary War, which kept his army together because a lot of men were sick. And so that was extremely important. And he also developed a lifelong love of the theater.
Yes.
He saw his first play here. Called the London Merchant, and it was very important because he would also show plays to the troops during the Revolutionary War to inspire them, to teach them virtue and so forth. And finally, and most importantly, Washington carried letters back to the Virginia governor, Governor Dinwiddie, and those letters, he came to Dinwiddie's attention during that time, and Dinwiddie asked him to do a diplomatic act as a diplomatic courier over to the French, who were in Ohio, in the middle part of the United States, in North America at the time. And because of that, he was participating in the French and Indian War, also known as the 7 Years' War, and because of that experience would become the Revolutionary War General, and then eventually the President of the United States. So it's really that train of events I think you can trace to his time in Barbados.
I want to look at his politics and the inspiration for who he became eventually following the visit to Barbados, because he came, he observed the order of society, our society. He understood that, and he wanted to take elements of it back to the United States and be a part of his advocacy as a politician. What have you found about his time here as it relates to the political system and the things that he wanted to write?
Right. Well, of course, it was, part of the British Empire. And so he learned a lot about British officials and their trade, their empire, and so forth. And that was really instrumental for his interactions with the royal governor, whom I already mentioned, but then also British generals that he met. General Braddock, who he went on a famous expedition over to the Ohio Valley, but then during the French and Indian War. But then later on, his interactions with British officials, it really shaped his understanding of empire, the sugar trade, the tobacco trade. He was very much part of that system, even personally, as a planter, as a rising planter. As you mentioned, he started off kind of a little middling, a little middle class, but then became one of the wealthiest men in America on his plantation trading tobacco. So he understood the Atlantic system very well. His time in Barbados really shaped that in his understanding his interactions with the British. But he certainly didn't like all of the taxes and the tyranny during the 1760s, 1770s. All of that time in Barbados and in America interacting with the British really shaped his understanding of what he thought should be the proper relations between Great Britain and America in terms of its relationship.
Politics, a part of politics and leadership is diplomacy.
Yes.
Because I believe he also was able to benefit from that in a significant way by observing how people interacted with themselves in the island as well.
Right, and he's a young, impressionable man, right? And he's actually talking to these British officials and these merchants and so forth, and he's learning about the politics, and he's learning about, that imperial relationship with Great Britain, not only with the American colonies, but with Barbados, and he's understanding through talking to various merchants and traders and so forth what's happening elsewhere in the Caribbean. And he's learning a lot about that system, and he brings that understanding. It helps form him. It brings him this understanding to his later relations. And as president, he tries to, it's a new nation. He's the first president, of course, and he tries to shape that diplomacy. And he says in his farewell address eventually, he says that we must have liberal and amicable, friendly relations with all nations. Now, sometimes you have wars and so forth, and it's not always friendly, but you conduct diplomacy, and Washington wanted peace, and he wanted friendly relations, he wanted good trade relations, he wanted good political relations between nations.
But there's a lot else that we can talk about, and so we'll take a break here. When we come back, we'll talk about that, what else, in what ways George Washington benefited from his time in Barbados, right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We the best music. Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Good morning, Barbados.
Before the island gets going, we're already here. 2 hours every weekday. The people, the stories, and the conversations that matter.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're taking a deep dive into George Washington's visit to Barbados, looking at the shared benefits from the United States, between the United States and Barbados as a consequence. And we're taking the focus simply because the U.S. is marking 250 years. And so Freedom 250, Bobby, is part of the initiative that brings him here. But there are some other activities that the embassy is hosting as part of that celebration as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, we do have the lecture tonight that we want everyone to come out to 6 o'clock at the Barbados Museum and Historical Society. But at the George Washington House this Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. we have a free event. They're opening it up for free, so everything is waived. Come on out. You can meet Tony, see the house. You can get a free tour with the guides, and you can talk to Tony in person and really learn about George Washington's visit. Visit everything that you have there. We got snacks for free. So, come on out and get the history and talk to an expert.
When you tour the house, it's so interpretive. It's so tactile, because you engage, you press, you hear the voice, but of course the actors then, but the display is really alive, and so you feel the presence of the man, George Washington. And so we want to encourage Barbados to come on Saturday, 10 o'clock in the morning. Everyone can't go on the same tour. The tours will be controlled, right?
Yeah, so they actually are bringing out extra guides, and so you can come anytime from between 10 and 2. So you don't have to come exactly at 10 o'clock, but again, they'll have extra guides there, and then Tony will be there, I'll be there, and really it's learning about George Washington's time here. And Tony mentioned, our relationship goes beyond that government to government ties. We share long-standing historical, cultural. It's really about the people-to-people connection, and learning that history is really what's important to framing that U.S.-Barbados connection.
And that U.S.-Barbados connection has been here for a while.
Yes, it has.
We've always kept friends with. And many of our prime ministers and governors general, now our presidents, we understand this relationship because we see the benefits, mutual benefits either side. What do you see, Tony, as those mutual benefits either side of this relationship?
The mutual benefits?
Yeah, Bobby.
I mean, look, we have had a long-standing relationship with Barbados. We want to continue to have that relationship. We've always had a friendship, and we always have collaboration, both government side, but also the cultural side. And that's why we want to have education, have academics that come out. Right. We do sports, we do culture. And so it's not just about heavy policy. It's not just about those types of topics, but we really want to bring more than that. And so that's why we have engagement. That's why we have academics. That's why we have historical. That's why we bring Tony out here. That's why we come and talk to great folks like you, Pearson.
Thank you so much. And so, Tony, what do you want? You will speak to us this evening, and then you want to be able to open up to conversation and discussion. Is that the plan?
Very much so. I speak frequently around the United States, and now I can say the world. And I love engaging with the audience. I love speaking and sharing my knowledge of history and the American founding. But I also love great questions, and I love when people, challenge me with really good questions, but also love to converse and to talk about our shared history and to talk about people's knowledge and what they can teach me as well. So I love engaging with my fellow citizens in the U.S. and now people here in Barbados.
There's a book you've written called Divided Over the Declaration.
Yes.
Yeah, I see.
It's my latest book. Yeah. I just came out in June. Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
Sure.
Because the title alone is interesting, Divided Over the Declaration.
Right.
What that title rivets you to want to go see some more. What's that about? So what is it about?
Well, thank you. Yeah. So my co-author and I wrote the book to show over the course of American history that Americans have been divided over their understanding of the Declaration. What does human equality and freedom mean? Who does it apply to, and so forth? What are these universal ideals? Why is this important? Why is self-government important? But we've been divided. We fought a civil war over it in the 1860s. And so we show that, but we also show that Americans can be united in that. Because in having that conversation, in having that discussion, and having that deliberation and that debate, all of that is the basis for self-government.
Yes.
Right? The Declaration of Independence itself says government is to protect these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, right? So we're the governed, right?
Yes,
and so we give our consent, we give our voice to the government, and we have to debate, we have to deliberate, we have to talk to each other. And when we do talk to each other, we can forge consensus. We can come to some agreement by listening to each other. And that's the productive way to build a republic. That's the productive way to run democracy, right? And so the book sort of provocatively shows that we have been divided over it, right? We have to be honest about our history.
Yes.
And yet, it's in that very debate that forges consensus and agreements and shared understanding among people.
And that's another one of the shared benefits from our relationship as well, because what you just described, you're describing us in Barbados as well. We operate within the same way. We can have different ideas, let all ideas contend, but we're doing it for one cause, one purpose. And so one should not feel away, as we say in Barbados, when someone holds a different point of view.
Right.
It's okay to have a different point of view because we're building together. We learn from each other. And so this is all part of the discussion that will happen from 6 o'clock this evening at the Barbados Museum and Historical Society. I suppose you're going into the walled theatre towards the back of the museum, right?
Yes.
Bobby? Right. So we know exactly where to go. You'll be ushered there and you'll come to hear from the great, your term, the great Tony Williams, Senior Fellow, the Bill of Rights, the Institute indeed. And so this is important that we show up and show out and be a part and engage with, ask difficult questions. Correct. Tony wants to be challenged by you. And so when you come prepared. Come prepared, do your research and get ready to ask, because we're looking at the American historian, is you, and we're also hearing more about the first president of the United States, George Washington. And we take a look at freedom, we take a look at Caribbean ties, we're taking a look at everything and what that relationship truly means by his visit to Barbados. And so that's one. Then on Saturday, we're going to George Washington House. From 10 o'clock, there are some free guided tours of the house, so you get a greater understanding of the space in which he operated. You'll get a chance to get up close to the exhibits, to hear for yourself and read for yourself. But Tony will also be there. So if you can't make it this evening, you can see Tony on Saturday at George Washington House, totally free. Some little bits of refreshments, right?
That's right.
Indeed. All of that happening, all part of this. Freedom 250, as America marks 250 years of independence. And there's a lot we can learn from all of this. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tony, good to meet you, and welcome again to Barbados. He says he's having a good old time. It's
Hello.
not that hot. So let's change our mindset. It's not that hot. Tony says it. So good to have you indeed, Tony. And of course, Bobby Adelson, so good to meet you indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Morning Barbados breaks here. We're coming back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados.
Before the island gets going, we're already here. 2 hours every weekday. The people, the stories, and the conversations that matter to Barbados. Guests you won't hear anywhere else. Your health, your culture, your country. No rush, no shouting, just good company to start your day. Morning Barbados, weekday mornings, 6 to 8 on TV8.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
16 minutes now to go to 7 o'clock. The Twin Towers and Fabians are joining me this morning because, hey, let's come together and make $1 out of 50 cents. We can do this, Barbados. Make $1 out of 50 cents. There are a number of financial clinics that are coming up. I'll let these gentlemen talk more about that. Fabian Bartlett, Fabian Sargent. See what I tell you? The Twin Towers, Fabian and Fabian indeed. Both Fabian Sargent is with the Community Program Coordinator for the NFLP, right?
Yes.
And Fabian Bartlett is the National Coordinator. I've seen you, Fabian Bartlett. I call these last names.
You can call me Bartlett. That was my name from school.
Like the days of school, right?
Yeah, correct.
I've seen your presentations. as you know, I was in the audience for a lot of that. And there's a lot of what you guys are doing.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of myth and mystery and information needs to be shared.
Absolutely. So just for full context, the National Financial Literacy Program, it is really the brainchild of the government of Barbados, commissioned under the Ministry of Energy and Business, executed there. And we do a lot of work in business, in schools, and community. Those are the three main pillars under which we operate. But I'm so happy that we are delving deeper in the community. That's why we're here this morning to talk about the community clinics. And the community covers from faith-based organizations to persons living with disabilities. It looks at vulnerable groups, so elderly, single women, parents with children. It's really vast element of the community that we get to cover that may not necessarily walk into the financial institutions in the usual format that other people may engage. So instead of waiting for people to come to us, we're out in the community engaging them.
That's nice. And so, $50 or 50 cents. This is in Queen's Park, right, Sergeant?
Yes. So these community clinics, we're going to be having them every month, until December, the last Saturday.
There you go.
Yeah, every Saturday.
Saturday.
The last Saturday of each month, started this Saturday 29th in Queen's Park from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. We're going to have our financial professionals there. And the whole idea really is to remove the barriers that exist. It is for the average grassroots person who may feel as if, I've not had the opportunity to learn about finances. I don't have someone I can talk to, and I need we all have goals and ambitions, and so we are trying to provide that environment, that safe space with our professionals for persons to come down and have that one-on-one consultation.
You've answered me, because I was saying clinics are generally one-on-one.
Yes, it is a one-on-one.
That's what it is.
Yes.
So you just show up.
Well, you can register. Walk-ins are, we accept walk-ins, but it would be good if persons can register, and the registration link is on all of our social media platforms. There's the National Financial Literacy Program on Instagram, on Facebook. I even have it on my personal page, Fabian Sargent. The link is easy accessible, where you can register for a time slot. If you don't get the link and you want to come down, still come down, and you'll be accommodated.
Starting this Saturday, every last Saturday of the month, they're in Queen's Park in this solar house.
The solar house, yes. There's a beautiful solar house, which belongs to the Ministry of Energy. Next to the steel shed, that is where we will be. But along with that, we're going to be having an outreach. So we're going to have our officers, our financial professionals as well, engaging people as they move in and out of Queen's Park, answering questions, giving information, and just really building awareness of financial literacy in Barbados.
Bartlett, when I attend the clinic, I have to say, Doctor, I'm having a pain in my stomach, a bubble, the case may be. Doctor has a question and answer session with me, and then prescribes a process.
Yes.
Is that the same process that will be obtained in this clinic?
Absolutely. That's why we use the word clinic, because we think that people can easily relate. You come in for your physical checkup. You want to make sure that your blood pressure is good, your cholesterol is good, your heart is pumping in the way it's meant to be. Same thing, so you want to make sure, from savings to budgeting, hopefully, there's a financial plan that you have in place. Do you have any disposable income that we can find in relation to, investments? What about debt management? We want to check to make sure that, we can assist as much as possible, to guide you on a particular path, just towards improvement.
And I'm glad you said it like that, because sometimes you're drifting along, you're thinking, I'm doing well, simply because I can make ends meet for the month. But you just want to check up. You want to come to the clinic to check up and say, hey, am I doing as well as I possibly could? So come prepared to be honest and open and share. It's also for those who are struggling, really literally struggling, who want to find the ease. And so you can come into the clinic as well and say, listen, I'm really weighed down by this. This is my pressure. It's way too much that I can no longer manage this. How can you help?
What we recognize is that sometimes a slight tweak, sometimes people think that it is these significant massive changes that make the world of difference. And sure, they help, but sometimes maybe a slight tweak, and you just may need exposure and guidance. The reality is, we're very happy that we're in schools now, over 102 schools, giving this education, financial literacy education. But for many of us that are in the community, we did not have the privilege of being exposed to this information when we were at school.
True.
Thankfully, we are on a different trajectory now, but people still need this information, even though they are adults.
Sergeant, are sure people have privacy?
Yes, of course. They're very confidential sessions. The space where we're at within the solar house, we have separate rooms. So, you know, Barbados, we're prideful people, and we don't want everybody to know our financial business. So we acknowledge that, and we've created an environment where persons can have their own space, and that confidential space where they can share. But I also want to mention that these community clinics, these financial clinics, are augmented with workshops as well. So we have workshops across Barbados. So I want to encourage churches, any community group, sporting group, or any group that may be interested in having workshops of financial literacy across the various topics or themes that we would offer. You can also contact us, through our social media platforms as well, or it can be reached as 826-0615. We definitely will be happy to accommodate, because the whole idea is about making every Barbadian financially resilient, educated, and empowered.
That is so true indeed. You want to say something?
I was just going to say that's the vision, that's the vision of the National Financial Literacy Program, every Barbadian free, but we really go on and define what it means to be free. Financially resilient, educated, and empowered. That's what it means to be free, and we believe we can help.
I believe so too. So it's every last Saturday of the month until December.
Yeah, but December is going to be a little different because of Christmas. So we're going to have it the Saturday before Christmas, which is the 19th.
Cool, gotcha. Look at your screen, everybody. Look at, look at your screen, look at your screen, and you will see the dates. Note the dates. You can come to each of them, or you can come to the one that suits you.
Yes.
But when you come prepared to be examined so that you can find solutions. And that's the whole point of these clinics. You know, when you go to a medical clinic, you go to the medical clinic to be examined for a solution. And then you can really see how you can really make your 50-cent stretch multiply, almost make $1 out of 50 cents. That's what this is all about. It's absolutely free, and it's absolutely accessible by all. So men, don't think send the woman for unless you go and sort this out, because that's what we tell them. You go. For you too, because you have a different stress level to attend to when the phone rings. As she says, I need. And so therefore it's important you come to understand how you can manage yourself and give yourself a lot more wiggle room than you probably thought you had. And it is right there sometimes hidden beneath something you didn't even realize it was waiting to be discovered.
I'm so happy that you mentioned men, because I want to encourage families to get in on this together. You know, sometimes when we think of doctor visits, it's really pretty individualistic. You know, you go by yourself, it's pretty private, but sometimes people need support. You know, I'm actually, going to an appointment with my mom tomorrow, for example. You know, people need support. So it would be great that families can come together and discuss, financial terms together to help improve their particular household.
You're so right on that score. Every time I had to attend the doctor, all my sisters and brothers too. The business is right there, they get it. And so this is important. Folks, don't miss this opportunity. It's totally free, but it's for the rest of the year. The last the December date is on the 19th, but every last Saturday thereafter, before, you should show up at Queen's Park in the Solar House for these clinics that are personal, private, and you are going to be respected. No one is going to think that you are doing so badly that who are you? Why are you doing this? No. They'll take the time to hold your hand to help you to really be a healthier position with your finances as well. And that's what these clinics are all about, to teach you and not to just give you.
Yes.
That's what it's all about. Thank you, gentlemen. Fabians.
Thank you.
Thank you as well.
You're welcome. I wish, as always, success.
Thank you.
Only
really
success.
Appreciate it.
All right. We're coming back with more on Morning Barbados in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit. testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Today is Jackie Opel Day in Barbados. We celebrate the contribution of the man. As a matter of fact, the Barbados Library Service in 2022 held a little bit of a meeting of people, of minds, of people of interest. So to look at celebrating Jackie Opel then as well on Jackie Opel Day. And there's some things we learned. Dr. Marcia Burrows was one of those contributors. Take a listen to her.
Preparation for today, I referred to a thesis that literally is this thick. Dr. Elizabeth Watson completed her thesis, the most in-depth research done on Jackie Opel, his life and work in Jamaica, Barbados, throughout the region, his travels to Mexico, Canada, England, etc., etc. And therefore I want to acknowledge her. I also want to acknowledge her daughter, Miss Kim Watson, who is here with us. Dr. Elizabeth Watson received her PhD in Cultural Studies, which is my department. Dr. Stefan Walker also received his PhD in Cultural Studies. So we are one family here. Just a few comments. What Dr. Watson points up to us is that there's a lot of misinformation out there about Jackie. And the very first thing I have here, I smiled because I spoke to John about it. There's someone named Mr. Burgess who says that Jackie was born in 1938. Unfortunately, so does the library image outside. Jackie was born in 1937. He was christened in 1938. Someone has published that Jackie was born in Trinidad and Tobago. He was not born in Trinidad and Tobago. He's born in Barbados. And honestly, she tells me if you ask the average Jamaican, they will tell you that he's Jamaican. There's a lot of misinformation out there. On his death, it was reported that Jackie was 29 years old. No, he was not. He was 32 years, 6 months old. But it was officially published, and she wondered where it came from. Maybe the rush of, because he died the 9th of March, and he was buried the 11th of March. So that meant the newspapers had to get things going within a day and maybe some misinformation. So, Dalton St. Clair Bishop was born on the 27th of August, 1937. He was baptized at James Street Methodist Church on the 30th of September, 1938. At the time, the family was living in Greens Lane, which officially is known as James Street. He attended St. Mary's School. He sang in the Glee Club. And with his team, he won with a composition called Jackie's Road that he continued to sing for many years after that. And he was a member of St. Mary's Church Choir.
One of the people there you saw in the audience is Trevor Marshall, the historian, the late Trevor Marshall. And so he also made a contribution to that discussion that spoke a little bit about his experience seeing Jackie actually perform. Take a look.
I saw Jackie Opel. I saw Jackie Opel performing in Jamaica in 1966. I was a schoolboy. I went to Jamaica as a cadet. There were the law school, Commermere, Harrison College, our cadets went to Canada, Jamaica, Trinidad. I happened to go to Jamaica with Johnny Tudor, etc. 3 weeks. There I saw the university and determined that I would go there. We schoolboys went downtown, and there was a place called the Silver Slipper. Mm-hmm. Silver Slipper in Uptown Kingston. It is now New Kingston. And there I saw Jackie Opel singing and performing, and he did everything. He was, people think of him as a kind of free-range baritone, etc. He had a voice range out of this world, but he also sang bass, and he had been with a group called the Scatterlights. Mm-hmm. The Scatterlights ran from 1964 to to 1966. They included Tommy McCook, Lloyd Barrett, Lynn Tate and the Jets from Trinidad, etc. And Jackie, he played every instrument. He played bass and he also sang. So I have the honor and privilege of seeing him sing in Jamaica, and he was fantastic. And the reason we went to see him is that the Jamaicans were, of course, giving us heat and saying that we were damn little islander. Them now have no culture. Barbadians saying London Bridge is falling down. They argued that was our thing. Right, and then we went and saw this man. And he is a man who was considered the Nat King Cole of Jamaica. He was called the Sammy Davis of Jamaica. He won Best Vocalist in Jamaica twice, 1965-66. I was immersed in reggae over the next 6 years or so. I came home in 69, my first vacation from Jamaica. We were night clubbing, because by then, if you're a student, you study and you beat books, and you also go night clubbing. And we went up Bay Street, and there was a place called the Bird Nest. Anybody knows? Remember that? The Bird Nest.
Still there.
The Bird Nest, right. I saw this short little, I said, wait, there's Jackie Opel. What is he doing back down here? And somebody said that he got run out of Jamaica. I said, but anyhow, what I did see him do, somebody said, Jackie, give me a split. You know, you dance to James Brown. So, I mean, this man did 180 degrees. His face that way, one foot that way, and the other foot that way. Up to now, I cannot understand how he did it.
You saw two clips played from a national meeting that they had at the National Library Service for 2022, and that's why today's symposium is so important, that you do show up in the 3Ws Pavilion of the UWI beginning at 9:30 this morning to learn more, to do as you just saw, interact a little bit and share your memories of Jackie Opel on stage, to discover his sound archive and the music genres which he influenced, indeed, at the university today, Jackie Opel Day. A break here, and we're coming back with the news.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Now, as drought concerns continue with the increase of El Nino intensifying across the Caribbean, Barbados is being urged to prepare for hotter, drier conditions. A temporary containerized desalination plant is being installed at the Hope Plantation in St. Lucie. That plant, which is 98% complete, has been tested. However, experts are awaiting the arrival of one additional component before the facility can be commissioned. Prime Minister Mia Amor Motley says the supplier had to be relocated owing to the conflict in the Middle East. She also spoke about the desalination plant, which has the capacity to hold 250,000 gallons, while addressing members of the media during a tour of the Allendale Plantation pumping station.
If it cannot get what we need, then we're going to have to replace whatever has to be replaced in order to get that happen. Why are we in a race against time? Because we want to make sure that that plant can augment the water that is available to us even in the midst of a drought. And that is why we are also planning out for the other desalination plant in St. Lucie. And at this stage, that's the one that you hear me talk about, that we will make available also for investment to Barbadians, as so that they're not only ratepayers, but also can benefit from being owners of that opportunity.
Other desal plant is slated for Harrison's Point in St. Lucie. It is proposed that the plant, which is about 2.5 years away from becoming a reality, will be able to process up to 6 million gallons a day.
Regrettably, when we came to office, and I'll speak more about this at a future time, 2 desal plant contracts were signed, neither of which could deliver what we were committed to pay from day one as the payment in an off-take agreement. Both of them were for 6 million gallons a day each, and both of them would have required us paying for 6 million gallons a day from day one, 12 million total therefore, in spite of the fact that we could not distribute how much of it?
About 2 million gallons.
For each day?
Yeah.
So that you would have been paying for 6, but not getting the additional 2 for each plant, which is 4 million gallons a day, which the government, when we came into office, said was completely unacceptable.
Caribbean Airlines has announced the discontinuation of direct return services connecting Trinidad and Tobago to Barbados. We get details in this report from Tobago Updates.
The direct routing for flights BW212 and BW213 will officially cease effective September 2nd, 2026. The carrier noted that the decision is part of its ongoing regional schedule optimization to better align operations with customer demand while maintaining overall connectivity across its network. Despite the discontinuation of these direct flights, Caribbean Airlines assured the travelers that connectivity between Trinidad, Tobago and Barbados will remain available through existing scheduled flights, providing multiple travel options across these destinations. Passengers holding existing bookings on the impacted BW212 and BW213 services will be reaccommodated on alternative same-day Caribbean Airlines flights. The airline stated that it will reach out directly to affected customers to provide updated travel itinerary details.
Barbados has emerged as the leading territory at this year's 37th Caribbean Broadcasting Union of Media Awards, with the Barbados Government Information Service taking home 7 awards and a special mention. The achievement was celebrated yesterday with the Minister responsible for Home Affairs and Information, along with the CBU President Anthony Green, praising GIS for its regional performance and challenging the organization to raise the bar even higher. Here's a report from Deanza Roberts.
The trophies may have been handed out in Guyana last week, but the celebrations continued here today. CBU President Anthony Green applauded the Barbados Government Information Service, noting that the awards demonstrate that excellence in Caribbean media is not limited by the size of an organization.
Just 7 days ago that I was in Georgetown, Guyana, and had the honor of offering closing remarks at the 37th CBU Media Awards Gala, noting what a wonderful celebration it was of Caribbean media content and professionals. And that night, we were reminded that across our region, excellence is alive and well.
Minister of Home Affairs and Information Gregory Nichols says he was particularly pleased to learn that GIS had secured the largest number of awards for Barbados. He says the performance builds on last year's results when GIS won 5 awards and 3 special mentions.
But I'm very, very proud to congratulate BGIS for copying 7 prestigious awards at the 37th CBU Awards ceremony. I'd like to also to congratulate the National Transformation Initiative, as well as the Barbados Community College. I see someone from BCC, yes, for also receiving special mentions on your first outing. These awards represent an improvement on your performance last year when you won 5, with 3 special mentions. So this time you converted the special mentions into actual awards, along with 1 special mention. So I expect by next year you'll be doubling this.
He lauded the work of the officers and says they have a critical role like others to play in sharing information.
This historic Hall of Awards, 7 and 1 special mention reflects that dedication, talent, and tireless work of our GIS officers. They do not just share the government's news, they tell our story and tell it with excellence. I've been emphasizing that the GIS, like a number of other institutions in Barbados, the National Cultural Foundation, the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation, are all important institutions in our cultural defense.
With the 38th CBU Media Awards already on the horizon, the challenge from both the CBU president and the minister to GIS and other media organizations is to keep the standard of journalism and storytelling high. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
To sports now, the countdown is on as Bushy Park is set to come alive with 3 full days of full-throttle motorsport action this weekend for the past part Caribbean GT Challenge, featuring round 4 of the GT Challenge de las Americas. Anne-Marie Burt takes a look at what's in store for motorsport fans.
Guyana had the honor of hosting the first ever GT Challenge de las Americas round in the English-speaking Caribbean. Now it's Barbados' turn. The Fast Sparks Caribbean GT Challenge roars into Bushy Park from August 28th to 30th as the series makes its way to the 2.01-kilometer international circuit for round 4. And if Ghana has set the bar, Barbados is ready to raise it. The 3-day meet will feature 2 30-minute GT Challenge de las Americas races, bringing high-powered machines and top drivers to the island. But there's plenty more on the schedule. Almost 40 entries are already confirmed across the 3 supporting categories, with local champions, rising stars and international competitors prepared to go head-to-head. On the local front, 2-time champion driver Andrea Walcott returns in a Suzuki, while multiple class champion Snapper Husbands leads a strong Toyota Starlet Challenge alongside Danny Croney and Kurt Worrell. The former BP MSI champion Jeffrey Elliott is also back in his BMW M3. Then comes Adrenaline Rush Racing. 2 former BP MSI champions are in the mix. Jermaine Pope, the 2015 champion, and Mark Thompson, the 2020 champion. Mark's older brother Kurt, the 2012 champion at Old Bushy Park, has even more championship experience. And the international flavor continues with Trinidad and Tobago's Mazda Caribbean Spec Beata Series. 2-time champion Justin Wortman headlines the field, while 2023 champion David Coelho returns. Ryan Peru also brings a formidable Bushy Park record, including 14 Suzuki Swift Cup wins. And there's a twist. The 2024 Miata champion Christian Hope Dales won't be making the trip, but his Bushy Park winning Miata will, as Mark Thompson will take the wheel, setting up another battle with Peru. The GT Challenge de las Americas was founded in 2019 by Eduardo Aguila, who brings the best cars in Latin America together. This year, the series has expanded into the English-speaking Caribbean. Ghana started the Caribbean chapter. Barbados is ready to keep it rolling. August 28th to 30th, Bushy Park is the place to be. Former champions, class winners, international drivers, and almost 40 entries, the Fast Sparks Caribbean GT Challenge is coming, and the race is on.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. We'll take a break here, but before we do, Joan who took the school bell and called. Joan, could you call us back? There's some other details we need to get from you. So Joan, who is the winner of today's Back to School promotion, Joan, please call back. Talk to our producer. We need some more information from you. And happy birthday today to Sherry Ann Bless, the Purple Heart Foundation. So Sherry Ann Bless, congratulations today on your birthday. We're breaking here. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
16 after 7 o'clock now. Export to Canada in a day. Is it possible, you ask yourself? And so Narissa Allen says it is possible, but you need to understand how and why. So Narissa, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, thanks for asking. What's this initiative about, Export to Canada in a day?
Yes. So the initiative is really geared towards supporting Barbadian businesses understand how to reach the Canadian market. It is a wide open market. There are plenty of opportunities. What we want to do is to prepare Barbadian businesses to get into that market.
Are there specific businesses that have this opportunity, or is it open to any business to get into this wide open market of which you speak?
This particular workshop is geared towards food-based businesses. So if you're a manufacturer of food, or if you're a manufacturer of beauty cosmetics, skincare, body care, hair care, things like that.
So food and body
Cosmetics
care.
and body care and skincare.
All right. And we can't assume that because we have a market here in Barbados, in the way we present it, that it will be accepted at the border in Canada. And so the workshop seeks to explore how to get past the border?
Exactly. So it's not just it's not like a talk shop. What it is how do you apply the rules that are required in Canada to your product? So we go through labels. Do your labels meet the Canadian labeling requirements, English and French? We go through the compliance measures. Food has very strict compliance measures, but they're transparent in Canada. So it's an open market. It's not that it's an easy market, but what it is it's very clear and transparent. So we are able to run you through exactly what you need so that you don't get stopped at the border. If it's your first time exporting into Canada, then we're going to be looking at your export documentation, logistics, shipping, all of these things that would allow you to be an easy supplier for a Canadian importer to say, yes, I want to do business with that business.
Have Barbados business really been flowing across the border into Canada generally?
Well, we've seen millions of dollars worth of goods moving across the border, but not as much as I would love to see. As a Bajan diasporan living in Canada, I think that there's so much more opportunity. The consumer base in Canada is shifting in terms of what they want to see. They want to see natural products. They want to see cleaner goods, both in your food and your skincare. And Barbadian products, even if you go to the Caribbean market at the Bell, you'll see that the products are already geared towards that. You see authentic products, authentic foods. You see clean ingredients in both the skincare and the foods. It's really just how do you now position yourself to take advantage of the opportunities that are there.
So pretty much we're doing well already.
We're doing well, yeah.
We just need to know how to get a little bit further and get our foot across the border here.
Exactly.
And so you've created a workshop. And I mean, it's a working space for people to get to understand more. When is it?
It's September the 5th, and I want to really exactly. It's a week away, so don't delay. Give us a call and get yourself registered for the workshop. But I just want to emphasize that it's not a talk shop. Please come prepared to work. Bring your labels. Bring us a sample of your product. Bring your your laptop, because we're going to be going through and showing you all the tools that you need to not just to know, but how to use them, so that you are understanding the Canadian Food Inspection Agency rules, you're understanding Health Canada rules, you're understanding the Canada Border Services rules and how to declare your products so you're not delayed, you don't have additional, your import doesn't have additional or the wrong duties to pay. All of these things we're going to be covering.
Where is it and what time is it?
It's at the LESC. It's on Saturday, the 5th of September, between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. It's a full day. There's a lot of information to go through. You are given a full lunch is included because you're not running away at the end of halfway through the day. There's a lot to do.
Of course, registration is going to be critical. How can people register to turn up?
So if you want to register, head over to our website at worldtradecommission.com. If you have any questions, you can WhatsApp me at 778-242-9591.
Oh, that's on that. That's a lot of numbers. worldtradecommission.com.
Yes.
worldtradecommission.com. And while there, you see how to register. You do register, and registration closes perhaps by the 4th or thereabouts, because you need to be able to accommodate by the 3rd.
By the 3rd.
So you really don't have a lot of time, Barbados. Today is the 27th of August. And so you have to be, by the 3rd of September, be registered to be there.
Yes.
You'll be catered for, so your registration needs to be done early o'clock.
Yes.
And so the who, I want to look at the who for a second, because oftentimes the creator of a product is not necessarily the manager of the business.
Right.
So who do you want to come?
Well, I've actually seen many of the entrepreneurs that I spoke to recently are solopreneurs, or what we call solopreneurs. So they wear all the hats. And if that's you, then we want you at the workshop. But if you have someone who's dedicated to the clearance process, if you're already exporting and there's someone who's managing your clearance, that person should be at the workshop. But from my experience and what I've seen in talking to the entrepreneurs here, many of them are single man businesses, right? So we want them there. They understand their business. We're talking about labels. We're talking about how to build a 90-day export plan, so that even if you're not ready right now, you know and you understand the steps to get yourself ready in the future. And the importance of that is we have a store in Vancouver, Canada, and it is a part of our nonprofit organization that supports businesses in Canada. And we have about 45 businesses in that store that we showcase and we sell their products. It's not just an additional way to get revenue into your business, but it's a test market. So if you participate, or when you participate in this workshop, Export to Canada in a Day, I'm going to be personally assessing the products that you bring. And those that are ready, we will then provide them with an opportunity to test market in our store in Vancouver. So it's a pathway. It's not just you're coming, hearing information, you're learning, but you also at the end of it have an opportunity now to test market in a live retail space in Canada.
This is an opportunity not to be missed. Whether you're small or medium-sized, it is for you. That's the whole point here, that you can now see Canada as one of those markets into which you can export, and you can, and not just North America as just the United States of America.
Exactly.
And so Canada is another open market, a space where you can actually earn some money, but you can test your product as well. If you need to know what to do to get into the Canadian market, then you need to show up on the 5th of September. But you need to register by the 3rd of September by going to the website worldtradecommission.com.
Yes.
worldtradecommission.com for building sustainable, compliance-ready Barbadian businesses. And so this is happening indeed. There's a morning and afternoon light snack and a buffet lunch, of course. Yes. That's always good to know. And if you look at your screen, Barbados, if you look at your screen, this is where your landing page will take you, and then you get to understand a little bit more about what you're engaging with on the 5th. All businesses completing the workshop will have access to a test market their product in the Canadian independent store of which you just spoke.
Yes.
So once you complete the workshop, there you go. There's an opportunity for you to really now put all of your actions into action.
Exactly.
And see how people would respond in the test market indeed. And so this is not to be missed. It is a wonderful investment into your future. It's a wonderful investment into an opportunity that you should not miss. So just remember to go to worldtradecommission.com and register right now. You'll be catered for, so your registration needs to be done as soon as possible because opportunity awaits you. And so this is for the smaller size entrepreneur, like you said, the one man operation, so to speak, because he controls everything else. We're already doing well. Is there anything about, or any business that you see that has ready for the world potential at the moment while you explore Barbados and the Caribbean Grand Market?
You know, there were a couple that I there was a business called, I think her name was Kayla, and she was selling food. And it was, what I noticed about it is that she had prepackaged breadfruit chips and sweet potato chips and things like that. And I looked at it and I'm like, this is an amazing product. These are the kind of things that major retail chains in Canada are looking for, because they are removing products that they currently have on the shelves in the international space because they're not clean products. Her products were clean. I took a look. They're simple ingredients, one ingredient. Why not take these authentic products that are native to Barbados and bring them to Canada? It's a safe market. You know, Prime Minister Mia Mottley said Barbadian businesses have to start exploring waters not so near shore.
Yeah.
Exporting is deeper waters. So think of it as, what is going to be your pathway and your sustainability plan in the future? You know, regional market and local markets are great, but if you want to be sustainable in the long term, you have to diversify your portfolio, and exporting is a way to do that.
And so, export to Canada in a day. This workshop is the way to do this, to get yourself ready. 5th of September, go to the website worldtradecommission.com and register. Register by the 3rd of September and be there. Narissa, thank you so very much for joining us today. I really wish success. I really hope that you are bombarded with a number of registrants that you can't have enough space. And so, because it's good, I know Bajans want to be able to go beyond the shore water into deeper water to benefit indeed. And I thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Morning Barbados is right back right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Good morning. Good morning, Barbados.
Before the island gets going, we're already here. 2 hours every weekday. The people, the stories, and the conversations that matter to Barbados. Guests you won't hear anywhere else. Your health, your culture, your country. No rush, no shouting, just good company to start your day. Morning Barbados, weekday mornings, 6 to 8 on TV8.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Oh, the season of emancipation ends today, Jackie Opel Day, but along the way, there was the Marcus Garvey Entrepreneurship Pitch and Competition. And so the winners are with us this morning, and you know me, I love to celebrate winners. And these are some young men. Would you imagine that? Young men. That is also something to celebrate indeed. And so the young woman who is the project officer and the project administrator on this project as well in the Office of Pan-African Affairs and Heritage, Dion Whitaker, is next with me. The man who won the competition in Khalid Germain is here. The second place winner, Glenn Reese, and third place winner, Dario Marshall. But who cares about the placement right now, right? So Dion, how was it?
This year it was very overwhelming. This year we had over 130 submissions, which is double what we had last year. So let me just give you a brief background on the competition. The Marcus Garvey Entrepreneurship Pitch Competition was designed to give cultural and creative industry individuals an opportunity to showcase their innovation and creativity. We also wanted to draw on some of the pillars of Marcus Garvey, where we talk about self-resilience, black entrepreneurship, and being able to sustain yourself as a black person. So that's where the two interconnected. Yeah, so this year we would have, competitors had the opportunity to pitch for a prize total of $30,000, which was $20,000 to the first person, $7,000 to the second, and $3,000 to the third person.
Handsome prizes nonetheless.
Very much.
And so it is wonderful to know the growth. We see the trajectory, which is fantastic. And that must excite you, no doubt.
It was very, very exciting. So much so that this year we had to have 6 finalists instead of 5. We usually have 5 finalists, but this year the competition was so tight that we had to give room for an extra person to be in the finals.
I'm so glad it's all young men. Dion Warner is her name. Indeed, sorry about the Whitaker part, Dion. And so Khalid, you won.
Yes, I did.
Did you know you were winning before the presentation, that you had won before the presentation?
Well, I was always confident.
I like you. I hope you're not just using words that you think you need to say.
Nah.
You always had the confidence that you could win.
Yeah.
But you did not know until the evening that you had won.
No.
So there were you sitting in the audience, Dr. Julius Garvey on stage as well, and you're just heart pounding and hoping that your name really would be called. And so when it was called, what happened?
I was overwhelmed.
How did you show your overwhelming?
I was shocked. I hugged Mr. Garvey twice.
Sorry?
I hugged Mr. Garvey twice.
It felt so good.
Yeah.
That you hugged him. What did you pitch?
My business called Tally. It is a business that let the business people take their bookings, record their sales and expenses all through WhatsApp, and it gives you a full business dashboard that you can take and a statement that you can take to a bank.
And so, with your winning, what do you think you want to do now to develop your business further?
Well, what I want to do now is to actually launch it, and that's going to be coming in the next few weeks.
Wow, you found a new business here. You found a new business. What about you, Glenn? You came second. So talk to me a little bit about that. You were in the audience as well, right? Heart pounding too. And hoping that how many in the final? 6?
6 finalists.
Of the 6 finalists who were there, that you were hoping yours would be one of them to be called, and you weren't certain. But then when you heard somebody else's name called in third place, and there is second, you're thinking, oh Lord, my name didn't get called yet. What happened?
I'm very appreciative of the opportunity, and I know, of course, we do win the prizes, but there's also the opportunity to be supported and get advice and whatnot.
Don't whisper, because this old boy
So
can't
there's also opportunity to get advice and other support for developing the business. So I was especially appreciative of being selected for consideration. And in terms of the business that I would have pitched, without going into too much detail, it's founded on the same principles of Marcus Garvey in terms of self-enfranchisement, but applied to the creative industries. So the business that I would have pitched uses the mechanical licensing concept framework and ties it into retail sales. So, you know, traditionally musicians and artists earn from doing. So you perform for an hour, you get paid for an hour, you go home, you got to practice and come back again. And there's very limited opportunities within this region for us to have, you know, sustainable long-term royalty generating options. So my business seeks to solve that issue, tie retail revenue to the mechanical licensing framework, and just put them together.
You saw a problem, you found a solution, and you pitched it, and you came second. Congratulations to you indeed.
Thank you.
Dario, You came third, but you were good with that, right?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
What was the business you pitched?
So my business is called Bimstone. So it's basically a digital heritage platform. So it would help you find a grave inside of a cemetery. And after that, you'll be able to not only find the grave, but see where that person fits within the whole family story.
A grave? Sorry. What is it that inspired you to want to take this particular route and call it a business?
You know, well, through my work in genealogy and research, like I help people find their family history, and I realize all the information is always scattered. You might have to go to the archives for something, or the registration department, or church. And one thing was graves. So when people came back from, let's say, a diaspora, Beijing, you come back to Barbados and you're like, well, I heard my great grandmother, like, I wonder where she buried, so I can start from there. And most people didn't know where to go. You go to a cemetery and it's like, the graves are everywhere. Yeah. Sometimes you can't read the markers, or it might just be a cross. You don't know where to go. So this would help people come, you know, you search a name and then you find where to go and you can start from there.
By plot. Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well done indeed. What did Julius Garvey say to you, Kelly?
He just told me the basics. Congratulations and congratulations. Yeah. And you had to hug him twice because it was unbelievable. Totally unbelievable. And Glenn, you said, you know, you had an opportunity now to pattern your business after the philosophy of Marcus Garvey. Talk to me, what did Julius Garvey say to you about that?
Well, we didn't speak, but he was...
You didn't get a chance to talk to him?
No, unfortunately, but he was very elated.
No doubt to know that he patterned your business after his father. And so, Dion, here we are. We've come to the end of this now. What happens next?
So our idea of the competition is not only just to give the competitors the money and that be it. We want to help them build out this idea to alleviate the issues that we actually have in the gig economy. So Cali's business specifically, that's going to go very far. Once we get that off the ground, we do anticipate that that will alleviate some of the issues that persons within the cultural and creative sector are experiencing today. So we're very anxious to see where it goes and how we can continue to help him build that out.
Yeah, this is fantastic. So, and it's also right now, folks, you're watching, the young people watching, you know now how this works. You get a greater understanding of what's at stake for you as well. And get ready to enter next year's competition.
Yes, we launch in July every year. So once we get the season off the ground in April, you can look out for the Marcus Garvey Entrepreneurship Pitch Competition coming shortly behind it.
Indeed. Yeah. So well done, gentlemen. Well done. I can't wait to see how your businesses come to fruition and to success as well. So keep this up. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you as well. Thank you, Dion.
Thank you very much.
Khalid.
Yeah.
Glenn and Dario. Well done, gentlemen. Very proud of you, young man. Very proud indeed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll take a break here on Morning Barbados. When we come back, the little fish, the swimmers, are back. And so there are more gold medals and bronze and silvers to share with you in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Good morning, Barbados.
Before the island gets going, we're already here. 2 hours every weekday. The people, the stories, and the conversations that matter to Barbados. Guests you won't hear anywhere else. Your health, your culture, your country. No rush, no shouting, just good company to start your day. Mornin Barbados, weekday mornings, 6 to 8 on TV8.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special?
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
They went into the pool and they conquered Barbados. They did very, very well. The Barbados swim team for the 30th Goodwill Swimming Championships in Trinidad and Tobago. And they brought home, each of them has come home with something. And so that's something is what we're celebrating today because each of them deserves to be celebrated indeed. With me is their swim coach, Coach Lashley, Coach Akila. Good morning, Coach Akila.
Morning.
What a competition, eh?
Agreed.
Listen, they did so well.
Beat the clock.
There you go. Beat the clock. Admitted them, beat that clock, came home with goals, startled themselves. They didn't even think of it. But the girls, for a lot of these girls that you brought with you, this is their first time.
No.
Is it?
I was at Goodwill last year, but I hid from the cameras. I did radio interviews. I shy away from the camera, but I've been trying to, they have been doing more in the water. I've been trying to have more presence.
Right. And so when you look at their performance overall, what sets you most about that performance?
I think it was the camaraderie among them because we had days where everybody didn't think they did their best, and to see them hug it out, smile it out, and we always had the same chin up, even if we didn't like how the race came out. Once you be the best version of yourself, I think, and they think this team really came together as a family.
Oh, that was great. Sheila, where's my macaroni pie? The last time you were here, you told me your grandmother does the best macaroni pie, and I had thought that you would have brought some for me.
Well, it isn't Sunday.
That's your excuse. I like that. But you brought some medals for me.
Yes, please.
Let's look at those medals you brought here, girl. You brought home 3 bronze medals.
Yes, please.
You came third, and that feels good, doesn't it?
Yes,
this was your first time at Goodwill Games, right?
Yes, please.
And did you know going into the competition that you would have medaled?
Yes, please.
You were that confident?
Yes.
So tell us what medals you won.
I won 200 free relay, medley, mixed relay, 200 free, and
that happened so long. Oh, I thought you said tell me that happened so long ago. I forget.
200.
So congratulations, 3 medals you brought home around your neck. That must feel so good. And who met you at the airport on your return?
My grandfather, my family.
Your family was there, and no doubt they hugged you so tightly because you did so well.
Yes,
congratulations to you. All right. Kelly Hunter Cutting. So Katie, welcome home.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How was the competition for you?
It was great.
Were you nervous?
Yeah.
You could handle this, Kelly, man. But you brought home a couple medals as well. So tell me a little bit how competitive it was for you and how happy you were to receive your medals.
It was competitive and I had a great time.
You had a great time. And you brought home medals in the relay as well. And this is your first time at a regional competition. So now you know what is expected of you for next year, right?
Yeah.
You can handle it. My girl, that's my girl, my little princess, Kaylee Hunter Cutting. How you doing, Amara?
Good.
How did you do at the event?
I did really good.
Speak a little louder.
I did really good and I tried my best.
You did your best, indeed. I mean, you did some relays as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Are those what the rose bronze medals are for?
Yeah.
What relays?
The 200 IM medley relay and the 200 freestyle relay.
And so you were like, yeah, we did this, girls, we did this. You were happy to celebrate.
Yes.
And then you walked up on the podium and took your medal?
Yes.
That must feel so special, right?
Yeah.
I know. Now you can tell someone that you are a medal winner or a medal swimmer.
Yeah.
Indeed. You're looking forward to perhaps competing next year?
Yes.
All right, good. Lucy, you brought home an individual medal as well, and you brought home a relay medal too. Congratulations to you. When you set off to Trinidad and Tobago, were you confident you would have medaled?
It's like when you go into a competition like Trinidad with Goodwill, like you have a chance to medal, but you know that your standings aren't like solid because there's like you never know how hard the other person might be training. So there was always that factor, but you just got to do the best you can do.
You swam for an individual medal. You were beating the clock. You kept on, you beat the clock. That's the only way to guarantee for a medal.
Yeah.
How much of that strategy, because you won silver, what was that event first of all, and how much of that strategy was playing in your mind while you swam?
I won it in the 200 meter freestyle. Honestly, for me, for 200 freestyle, I feel like the strategy, like it played in my head, but there was certain points where, you know, like you're really tired and you're like just trying to keep up the pace. So it kind of just like blanks out sometimes.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to keep your mind focused on one thing when you're in the water.
But you're tired.
Yeah.
As well. And so you've done well. Congratulations to you as well. And so, Coach, you know, so much went into the preparation of these young ladies, and you've seen the result. Barbados is going to ask, we want to make sure they continue to be as good. What's the plan?
Well, before we go on to the plan, in the 200 free, Barbados got 6 medals. That race alone, in all the age groups, we got 6 medals. So
Wonderful.
we did really well. In that race, we actually got 1, 2. So I must say the 200 free was a big swim for everybody for Barbados. The future going forward is development. Once we focus on the technique, the speed will always follow. I think that's what we need to understand. Goodwill focuses on development.
Yes.
Once we keep that in mind, the speed follows. So I think what was nice for me too is that they heard, even the people on TV heard it before every single race. You know Bajans was in this race because you hear me shout it out. And then we are going to move forward, even in our individual clubs, to focus on the technique. So technique, but some of them we're gearing back to school. After that, we come back in full force, getting ready.
Nice.
Because Cariffa's in 6 months, and then we got Goodwill again.
And that's what we're going for, folks. That's what we're going for. So your support team, Barbados General, support these amateur swimmers, and they need your support. Show up, make your donation because it's costly, and your donation helps them to achieve. And we've seen the success in this 30th Goodwill Swimming Championships as well. And so we can do more when you give more. Thank you so much, Coach Lashley.
Thank you.
Sheila, macaroni pie on Monday morning, bright and early. All right. Miss Kaylee, so good. Congratulations. So proud of you. To you, to Amara and Lucy, congratulations. And may your career be long and successful as well. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. We will meet the boys right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good, your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world. Your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Good morning, Barbados.
Before the island gets going, we're already here. 2 hours every weekday. The people, the stories, and the conversations that matter to Barbados. Guests you won't hear any.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Listen, I feel so sweet being a part of that chat. Wow, you've just sent shockwaves through me indeed. That's beautiful. This is Auntie Amanda Aline. She was a chaperone. As well with her is Ethan Greenidge, Derek Duglin, and Elisha Beckles. Auntie Amanda, this was a wonderful outing by our swimmers.
I'm telling you, they did phenomenally well. And even that, like, we had just had such beaming Bajan pride. Even they just saw this now in the video. We had a time. We had a time.
Wow. And so chaperoning was easy.
It was. The kids did mean it very, very easy, honestly. They were well behaved and they're good. They really were.
We're good. We're good in swimming, Barbados. There's a lot we can still do, but we're good in swimming.
Yeah.
Little you, Ethan, this was your first time attending the Goodwill Games to swim for Barbados. Did it scare you?
A little.
But you didn't let that bother you, right?
Not at all.
Because you won a bronze in the relay.
Yes, please.
And so you're happy with that?
Yes, please.
What relay was this?
This was the 200-meter freestyle, not freestyle, medley.
Relay.
And which leg were you?
I was the last leg.
You were the last leg. And so I could see you at the back saying, go, 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 because you wanted to do better. You couldn't wait to jump into the pool to bring home the bronze. When you entered the pool, in what position were you in terms of 1, 2, 3, 4? Do you know? Did you check at all? You weren't checking.
I didn't look up at the board.
Right. You refused to focus on that.
Yes,
what did you
please.
learn from this experience?
I learned that in 50s you should go down hard and come back up hard, because then it would be a faster.
Yeah, you can do faster. So now next time around, you know what to do to be faster, right? And you're
Yes,
going for
please.
silver and eventually gold. Correct?
Yes, please.
That's the plan. Dari Duglin, so proud of you as well. You brought home a silver medal
Yes, please.
and 2 bronze for the relay.
Yes,
so you have an individual medal and a team medal as well?
No, I don't have an individual. I got 3 relay medals.
Oh, it was 1 silver and thing.
Yeah, 1 silver and 2 bronze.
Okay. So here you are, you knew the assignment. You knew the assignment.
Yes, for
so you
sure.
turned up at the pool and the assignment was to beat the clock.
Yes, beat the
And
clock.
was that always in your head as you were swimming?
Yes. Sometimes I thought that she had said it when she really didn't. Because I'm so accustomed to it.
You were well indoctrinated indeed.
Yeah.
And so, knowing that you came home with a silver, even though it was in the relay, which relay what event was that you came second?
It was in the 200 medley that I got silver in.
And which leg were you in that medley?
I was second leg. I did the breaststroke leg.
And so at that stage, where was Team Barbados?
Team Barbados was, I'd say, first. We touched off first.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I came back to hand it off, we were like just behind like first.
But that was good. You did well. Your leg did well as well. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And so now you're a medal holder.
Yes.
You hold medals. And this is adding to other medals you have already?
Yes, for sure.
So how many medals in total do you have so far? Or you're not counting? Too many to count.
Too many, yes. Too many.
I love it. Too many to count. Elisha, you have a lot of noise happening over there as well. What about your medal haul? What did you come
These are
home with?
all relay medals, and this silver medal will be the 4x1 medley relay.
Wow, indeed. And so you're back. And so you felt that this whole competition was one worth the while?
It was a blast.
Why do you say that?
Like, I mean, the camaraderie, the races, the talking with friends, engaging with everybody, it was amazing. The swims was great.
Well, you left Barbados with goals set in mind as well.
Well, yes, eventually, yes, I was.
And so,
when I was going there, I was like going for goal every time, beat the clock, it was my race, stay focused and do my best.
And your best you did. I mean, you did silver, you did some bronze as well. And so here we are now. When we stop for just a moment and reflect on your style and your approach to the competition, what do you think you need to adjust, Elisha?
Well, just more like being on the waters, because on the waters is very hard because everybody's underwater, and they swim on top. It's get a little bit more on the waters, just get in front of everybody, but it comes with practice. With more development start coming on, it comes with practice.
Talk to me about the team spirit.
Team spirit is amazing. Like, the chance, everything loud, everybody watching, everybody looking. It's great. I love it.
Mm-hmm. But ahead of it, you have some team bonding sessions as well. Do you think those paid off?
Well, I think to get to know the team better, the people, friendships. It's everything is great out of me. I know better people. Know what they would like to do for fun. For the swim meet, the specialties. Everything.
Yeah. And so, Dari, what about you in terms of the bonding sessions before you went to Trinidad and Tobago? Did those help you?
Yes, because at first I didn't really know anybody, so just sticking to my 9 to 10 group, right? But then after that, I just started opening out to more people.
What about you, Ethan?
Yes, I was opening up to a lot of people. I was talking to a lot of the older people that I know that I don't usually talk to.
So now you've made friends.
Yeah.
You've made friends. Did you make friends with any of the other regional competitors, Elisha?
Well, yes, because I actually go to Trinidad a lot. It's like my second home because we normally have like developments in December and we go there from Trinidad, people from Bahamas and stuff. But we really don't see Bahamas people that much. But like,
Yeah, they don't come this side of the Caribbean often.
So we normally have a lot of friends there and we converse and we talk. So yeah.
Nice. And what about you, Dari? Made friendships?
I already had friendships from different regional countries from other good ones I went to, but I'd say I made one other friend from Trinidad.
Nice. It's always good to expand your friendship as well. And that's what it's about as well, Amanda. They get a chance to rub shoulders, compete against one another, but make friendships.
Yeah, I think that's really important too. Like, it's about the games, yes, and it's about competing, but it's also like knowing your neighbor. And then I think that these friendships kind of last for life if you're going to continue in the games.
And so Team Barbados, so we're looking at the screen, folks, and we're seeing our relay teams. I see you, Elisha, right there holding your chest high, buddy. and that's important to be able to carry those medals indeed. And so with all the noise around their necks, they've come back as victorious Team Barbados. And so, Amanda, to know the reception on return, how does that make you feel?
Honestly, it really teared me up because I didn't really expect it. I mean, I know we did really, really well, but to have come home to all that love, it really felt special. it felt special.
Because for all of us, you guys are special.
Yeah.
We're so proud of your achievements. So Pat Ben watching from abroad, she says, congratulations to all of Barbados team. You are so very proud of you. You make our hearts and our country proud.
Yes.
And Barbados is so very happy for the overall performance. Roosevelt Bacco, who was also in the States, is saying congrats to everybody and sending his applause. So people online are watching. We want to take that kind of response. Marcia, we see you. She says congratulations. But we want to turn it into action and support.
Yes.
And we want folks to, whenever there's a swim meet, show up.
Show up
and support the swimmers.
Yeah, so you can always come to Bassa. We're in Wildy. But I find even on our Instagram page, we're engaging a lot. And we're official.page.bassa. And you have all your information there, the contact information and contact number. And just come out and support. You know, like we're a community. We love you. We're a family. And I think it's really good to come and support something good.
Really good, as a matter of fact. And so your support could be in your presence, your support could be in kind and cash as well. So we want to reach out and really give support to these young swimmers. Alaid, good morning to you as well. He says they're showing greatness. Great young people, you're showing greatness, he says. And so we join in saying all of that as well. So you know you have Barbados support now. Barbados show your support in tangible ways as well. They've gone out there and they've done their best for us. They've made us proud, and now we should help them do better by making them proud by our contributions as well. So reach out by calling the Aquatic Center and make a cash donation. How can you make a cash donation to support them as well? Either the kits and different things that they actually need to represent the island as well. And that's why we want to encourage all of you to give, and to give. But congratulations, everybody. Well done.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. You're welcome. Mornin Barbados is proud to stand with you. Thank you so much. And that's it for today. We are among winners, and you too. And so we want to wish you a beautiful today. Be the will of the Lord. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care, Barbados. Bye-bye.
Wake up.